Hello there, and welcome. Tonight, you've found a moment where time no longer hurries. The ticking fades, the seconds soften, and what's left is stillness. Somewhere clocks keep turning, but not here. Here time slows to the rhythm of your breath. You can feel it. Every inhale, every pause, every quiet beat. The world moves, but you drift gently between seconds. It's strange, isn't it? How silence bends the hours. How rest reshapes what we call time. Light that left its star before you were born is touching your skin tonight, and within you the same calm physics unfolds. A slowing, a settling, a return. You breathe softly, and time exhales through you. The science of stillness begins now. We drift into the quiet between seconds. The sound of the room softens until even silence seems to hum. In this space, time loosens its grip. We no longer measure moments by clocks or screens, but by the slow pulse behind our ribs. Every night, as the body prepares for sleep, something remarkable happens. Billions of neurons begin to fall into rhythm, slower, steadier, more harmonic than during the day. The brain stops tracking minutes. Instead, it begins to sense cycles. These cycles, waves of electric calm, form the hidden metronome of rest. You can rest now. It's called the transition from beta to alpha and then into theta and delta. Each step down is a descent into stillness, like falling through soft layers of water. During wakefulness, your brain hums at 1330 hertz fast alert counting. But as you close your eyes, the rhythm slows to 812 hertz, then slower, still down to 4, then 2. At the deepest point, barely half a wave per second moves across your mind. That is where thought dissolves into quiet. It's okay to drift. Scientists call this deep delta rhythm the signature of restoration. Every wave is a pulse of repair neurons, whispering in slow synchrony. In this rhythm, your body releases growth hormone, restores immune balance, clears the brain of waste through the glymphatic system. To the mind, it feels like timelessness. To the body, it is repair. And to time itself, it is a pause, a small silence in the noise of living. The temperature of the body falls by about 1 degree Celsius. The heart rate drops toward 40 or 50 beats per minute. Each breath takes longer, smoother, deeper. The body stops counting because there is nothing left to count. Every cell begins to breathe in the same rhythm. You can rest now. It's fascinating to realize that this slowing, this biological stillness, mirrors the behavior of the universe. In physics, when motion slows, time dilates. An astronaut circling a black hole experiences seconds that stretch into hours. In sleep, though not through gravity, but through chemistry, the same thing occurs. Your perception of time expands. A dream, lasting seconds, can feel eternal. The brain's inner clock, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, goes quiet, waiting for dawn. The night becomes an endless moment. Somewhere in that stillness, your consciousness begins to fade. Yet fade is not quite the word it widens. Thoughts blend into one another. Identities blur. Dream imagery rises not from chaos, but from slowed perception. When neurons fire slowly enough, their signals overlap, creating patterns of imagery, story, and memory replay. The mind begins to dream, not to escape time, but to organize it. It's okay to drift. During REM sleep, the brain becomes paradoxical fast waves inside a still body. The eyes dart behind closed lids. Muscles remain limp. Here, time behaves like liquid. An entire dream can unfold in seconds, compressed like starlight in the fabric of thought. Neuroscientists once believed dreams were random firings. Now we know they are structured rehearsals. Your brain is integrating emotion, memory, and meaning, quietly rewriting who you are for tomorrow. And as you breathe, the night rewrites itself around you. Somewhere deep in your brainstem, the reticular formation slows its signal. This is the gatekeeper of awareness. When it dims the gates to consciousness close and perception folds inward, heart rate variability increases, a sign of resilience, not weakness. The body becomes more efficient, consuming less energy, restoring more. Each heartbeat becomes a softer echo of life. Each breath, a universe, contracting and expanding. You can rest now. When the body stops counting, something else begins to count for it. Tiny clocks inside your cells, circadian oscillators, keep perfect time without your mind. Every cell, from skin to liver to lung, contains a molecular clock, a set of genes, named per cry clock BMAL1. They tick through the night, anticipating dawn. Their cycle is not measured in hours, but in harmony, around 24.25 hours, the rhythm of Earth's rotation. You are quite literally synchronized to the turning of the planet. Somewhere above the Earth rotates eastward at about 1670 kilometers per hour. You feel none of it. Gravity holds you still, and in that stillness your body believes the world has stopped, but it hasn't. It only feels that way because your inner clocks have aligned with the planet's slow spin. This alignment between the cosmic and the cellular is the secret architecture of sleep. It's okay to drift. At the level of atoms, even deeper, still electrons orbit slower. When cooled molecules vibrate, less energy quiets. Your body is not simply resting, it is returning to equilibrium with the universe. The same laws that calm the stars calm you. Entropy softens, temperature falls, motion ceases, and what remains is pattern. Stillness is not emptiness, it is order without effort. Consider this. During 8 hours of sleep, your heart beats about 28,000 times fewer than during wakefulness. Your breathing slows to nearly half its daytime rate. The body saves energy equal to about 100 kilocalories, the heat of a candle burning through the night. And yet, you wake replenished, as though drawn from a deeper well. You can rest now. In this lowered state, the thalamus, the brain's relay station, filters out external noise. Sound becomes distant, blurred. But internal sound remains the soft surge of blood, the whisper of lungs, the rhythm of cerebrospinal fluid, pulsing with each heartbeat. At this scale, the body is a quiet planet, oceans and tides moving beneath a sleeping sky. You are both the observer and the landscape. Sleep scientists sometimes describe this as downstate physiology, a realm where all systems hum in coherence. Neural oscillations, cardiac rhythms, and respiratory waves fall into near-perfect alignment, a state known as phase coupling. It's as if the body, once chaotic by day, becomes a symphony at night. No conductor, no counting, only resonance. And somewhere between those waves, consciousness lets go. It's okay to drift. This coherence explains why people often wake before sunrise without alarms. The inner clocks sense light, even through closed lids. Melatonin levels fall, cortisol rises, neurons begin to accelerate, counting resumes. But for these hours, between surrender and awakening, you exist outside the usual flow of time. Physicists might call it subjective dilation. Poets might call it eternity. Both are right. If we could record time during sleep, not by seconds but by sensations, it would look like a series of expanding rings, each dream wave stretching outward, merging with the next. Delta gives way to theta, then to REM, then back again. About every 90 minutes, a full cycle completes. 5 cycles make a night. 5 revolutions of inner earth around an unseen Sunday. And through it all, your body remains still. Even in stillness, micro movements persist: the slight flick of an eye, the rise of a chest, the twitch of a hand. They remind the body that it is alive, that life does not require speed, only rhythm. The most restful state is not absence of motion, but balance between movement and rest. You can rest now. From a cosmic view, you are a small field of slowed energy inside a vast field of motion. The Milky Way turns once every 230 million years. The sun travels at 220 kilometers per second through the galactic arm. And yet, right now, you are still perfectly still within that motion. Stillness is relative, but peace is absolute. When the body stops counting, time begins to listen. Your memories file themselves. Your emotions settle into order. The immune system strengthens, neural pathways consolidate. Even DNA repair increases under the slow pulse of sleep. What we call rest is a quiet form of creation. It's okay to drift. And so the night continues. Waves of slow current, light years of thought, reduced to heartbeats, atoms, cooling beneath sheets of skin. You are not falling asleep. You are joining the rhythm that was always there. A rhythm older than clocks, older than stars. It moves through galaxies, through oceans, through cells. It moves through you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Stillness is not the absence of time. It is its gentlest form. The science of sleep is the science of returning to that gentle form. You are safe here. You can rest now. Somewhere deep within the brain, behind the eyes, lies a cluster of about 20,000 neurons. It is smaller than a grain of rice, yet it keeps the rhythm of your world. They call it the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the master clock of the body. It sits above the crossing of the optic nerves, listening not to sound but to light. When dawn rises, photons pass through your eyelids, enter the retina, and travel through this neural gateway. Light, invisible, yet commanding, tells the clock wake. When darkness returns, it whispers rest. You can rest now. The suprachiasmatic nucleus, the SCN, does not measure seconds. It measures change. It senses the length of the night, the warmth of light, the angle of sunrise. Every evening, it releases a signal to the pineal gland, and the pineal releases melatonin, a molecule of darkness shaped like a small, slow star. Melatonin travels through your bloodstream, touching every cell, carrying one message: only the night has begun. And as this chemical dusk spreads within you, the clocks in every tissue begin to align. The liver slows its metabolism. The gut quiets digestion. The lungs breathe wider, slower. Even your bones produce less heat. The entire body falls into conversation with the dark. We think of darkness as emptiness, but to the body, it is instruction. A quiet teacher that tells the mind to release. You can rest now. Each organ keeps its own time like instruments in a nocturnal orchestra. The heart has its rhythm, the skin, its renewal cycle, the gut, its nightly tide of repair. And the SCN conducts them not with sound or baton, but with light and chemical tone. At 9 p.m., melatonin rises. At midnight, body temperature reaches its low. Between 2 and 4 a.m., the immune system begins its deepest work, repairing DNA, clearing inflammation, rewriting the story of the day in the quiet ink of molecules. It's okay to drift. The SCN keeps time with astonishing precision, about 24.18 hours per cycle, slightly longer than a solar day. To stay in sync with the planet, it must adjust each morning through light. Without light, the human clock drifts forward, adding minutes each day until it slides out of rhythm with the world. This is why people in caves or in polar winters often lose their sense of time. They live inside biological drift. In such darkness, the body enters free-run mode. Sleep may come at noon, wakefulness at midnight. The brain still counts, but to its own slow metronome. Time becomes subjective, not wrong, only personal. And yet, even in that confusion, some hidden part of the body still seeks dawn. It waits for light, the way trees wait for spring. You can rest now. Light to the body is not just brightness, it is information. Blue light wavelengths, near 480 nanometers, strikes the retinal ganglion cells and resets the clock each morning. Too much of it at night from screens or city lamps tricks the brain into believing it is still day. Melatonin fades. Alertness rises. Sleep becomes shallow, fragmented, thin. But in darkness, melatonin returns, and with it stillness. It's a simple exchange light for wakefulness, darkness for rest. But beneath it runs a cosmic symmetry. The Earth spins, tilting 23.4 degrees on its axis, turning light into rhythm. Every sunrise, every sunset is a signal that calibrates every heartbeat on this planet. You are tuned to that turning. Even in sleep, your molecules know where the sun is. Somewhere above, photons that left the sun 8 minutes ago reach your skin, and your body translates them into time. When the photons stop, when the last glow dims, the body translates that too. It knows. It remembers. It slows. It's okay to drift. The circadian clock does more than mark day and night. It governs hormones, metabolism, emotion. Cortisol, the chemical of alertness, peaks near sunrise. Serotonin, the chemistry of mood, follows daylight. Even body temperature rises and falls with solar rhythm, a silent echo of the sun's own heat. The SCN, that small cluster of neurons, is the translator between star and cell. You are in a quiet sense, a creature of light, living in the language of darkness. In the stillness of sleep, the SCN rests, but its rhythm continues, like a soft heartbeat beneath the world. It whispers to the adrenal glands, the pancreas, the lungs, the heart. Every system receives its turn. Every note falls into sequence. The body in darkness becomes music. You can rest now. Imagine a night on Earth. From orbit, one half of the planet illuminated the other. veiled in shadow. City lights pulse faintly along coastlines, like neurons firing in a global brain. From above, the line between day and night is not sharp but curved, a gradient of blue to black. That border, called the Terminator line, moves around the planet at about 1700 kilometers per hour. Your body, too, has such a border, the slow transition between wake and rest. Every evening, the light inside you fades across that horizon. Every dawn, it returns. Somewhere in that turning, you exist half in shadow, half in glow. And as you breathe, you follow the same pattern that governs tides, clouds, and stars. It's okay to drift. Chronobiologists, the scientists of time, once studied plants kept in darkness. Even without sunlight, the leaves opened and closed every 24 hours. Their cells remembered the light. Your cells do too. This is why jet lag feels like gravity stretched wrong, because your body's inner clock still belongs to another longitude. It takes days for every organ to resynchronize, for every molecule to remember where morning belongs. In the meantime, time feels fractured. The science of stillness reminds us that rest is not merely absence, it is recalibration, a daily conversation between light cell and mind. When you fall asleep, you are not escaping the day. You are rejoining the planet's spin. Your dreams are aligned with Earth's rotation, and each night, your consciousness rotates out of the sun's light. You can rest now. In the silence of 3 a.m., the body reaches its lowest metabolic tide. Blood pressure drops. Core temperature is at its minimum. If you could zoom into the bloodstream, you'd see melatonin at its peak, cortisol at its trough. The world outside may seem asleep, but inside you, 1,000 clocks are turning. Each cell, each organ keeps time by molecules that oscillate in endless feedback. They hum like tiny galaxies, their rotations measured not in hours, but in harmony. And somewhere within those rhythms, time itself becomes soft. Perception slows, memories dissolve into fragments of dreams. Your mind no longer asks what time it is because there is no one left to ask. It's okay to drift. As dawn approaches, light begins to reach the eyelids thin as breath. Melatonin fades within 20 minutes of the first photon. Cortisol rises, a gentle surge, preparing you for wakefulness. Your heart rate increases slightly. Brain waves shift from delta to theta, from unconscious to quiet awareness. The body, after its long night of stillness, begins to count again. And yet, not everything wakes at once. Some parts of you remain asleep for minutes, even hours. This is called sleep inertia, the slow unwinding of the night's rhythm. It's a reminder that the return to counting is never sudden. Time itself rises like light, gradual, patient, forgiving. In that half-waking space, you might feel suspended aware but still resting. This is where most dreams fade, where the sense of time is neither fast nor slow but circular. You can rest now. When light fully enters the eyes, the SCN synchronizes once more. It resets every cell's schedule for the new day. Like a conductor raising a baton, it begins another cycle of motion, and pause, wake, and rest. And so while you open your eyes and call it morning, your inner universe continues to revolve to the same rhythm as the stars. Time inside you is never truly measured. It is felt through pulse, through warmth, through breath. When you close your eyes tonight, you return to the same dark clock that has ticked since the beginning of life on Earth. 4 billion years of rotation translated into your quiet heartbeat. The same rhythm that turns oceans, shifts moonlight, moves galaxies. You are part of that timing, a small, luminous second in an endless, gentle hour. And when the world fades again, you will find that same stillness, waiting faithful, patient whole. You breathe softly, and time exhales through you. The body listens, the dark listens back. You are safe here. You can rest now. It begins in silence, a soft current moving through the mind. Outside, the night remains still, but within, light flickers beneath closed eyes. The body lies anchored in stillness, yet the brain, weightless, begins to build worlds. This is the architecture of dreams. Every 90 minutes, you cross a border. From deep delta to rapid waves, from still water to flowing current. In this phase, the brain becomes a painter of impossible light. The eyes, though closed, move swiftly, a sign that the inner world has awakened. You can rest now. Scientists call it REM sleep, a stage named for the rapid motion of the eyes, but it could just as easily be called returning to motion. After hours of slowing, your neurons accelerate again, not to think, but to weave. They combine fragments of memory, echoes of emotion, shapes of thought. Each spark is a brick in the city of dreams. During REM, the brain's activity rivals wakefulness. Oxygen consumption increases by nearly 20%. Heart rate flickers, yet your body is paralyzed, a gentle safety, so you do not act your dreams aloud. This balance between motion and stillness is the signature of dreaming life. It's okay to drift. The architecture is fragile and precise. At its center, the pons, a small bridge in the brainstem, sends rhythmic signals upward. These waves ignite the visual cortex, the limbic system, the hippocampus regions of sight, feeling, and memory. Each signal overlaps like ripples on water, and from that interference pattern a story appears. No single neuron knows the dream, but together they build it. Billions of cells, firing in brief harmony, each burst a syllable in the language of night. You can rest now. To the brain, the dream feels real. The amygdala flares with emotion. The visual cortex glows with color. Only one area dims: the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, the seat of logic and doubt. That small quieting allows the impossible to feel natural. You can fly, walk through walls, speak to the dead, and believe. Dreams are built not on logic, but on acceptance. The philosopher Alan Hobson once wrote, "Dreaming is the brain's rehearsal for consciousness." It is how we learn to wake with meaning. Each night the brain runs simulations, testing fear, joy, love, loss, in a safe theater of its own making. It's okay to drift. When you dream, your sense of time collapses. A story lasting seconds may stretch for hours. This is due to temporal decoupling, the brain's internal clock, losing sync with its outer rhythm. The mind experiences narrative time, not measured time. Each moment expands or compresses, depending on emotion, not physics. In this sense, dreaming is a mirror of the cosmos. Black holes stretch time through gravity. The dreaming mind stretches it through memory. Both curve the same continuum: space, emotion, and the rhythm of perception. You can rest now. Inside your sleeping skull, the hippocampus replays fragments of your day. A sound, a face, a stray thought, each revisited in compressed silence. Neuroscientists have recorded rats dreaming of mazes they once ran while awake. their neurons firing in identical sequence, but faster, smoother, cleaner. The dream refines memory, removing noise from the pattern. It is not fantasy. It is maintenance. Somewhere in the early hours, your brain rehearses conversations never spoken, futures that never came to pass, paths that you might take. It edits emotion into story. When you wake, you remember fragments, but the deeper message remains below thought. It's okay to drift. In REM sleep, the parietal lobes light up in ways they never do in waking life. This creates spatial freedom, the sense of flying, falling, moving without effort. At the same time, the limbic system infuses each scene with color and meaning. Red for danger, blue for calm, gold for memory. Dreams have their own light spectrum drawn not from the sun, but from mind. In this light, nothing truly ends. A face may dissolve, a city may fade, but emotion remains glowing softly beneath the surface. The architecture of dreams is sustained by continuity of feeling. You can rest now. Outside your body, the world continues. Wind moves across roofs. The earth spins. Meteors burn silently in the upper air. But inside, time folds inward. The dream is both moment and infinity. Each neuron firing at 40 times per second, each burst a heartbeat of imagination. It's okay to drift. Dreaming is ancient. Even reptiles and birds show REM cycles. A cat twitches. A dog runs in place. A baby's eyes move beneath its lids. Across species, the dream is a bridge, a nightly rehearsal of being alive. Evolution kept it because it heals. The brain consolidates learning during these hours. Motor skills strengthen, emotional memories soften, painful moments are integrated. Even trauma given enough nights begins to lose its sharpness. Sleep does not erase pain. It folds it into meaning. You can rest now. If you could see your brain at this moment, it would glow like a distant nebula. Waves of electrical fire drifting through darkness, creating temporary galaxies of thought. Each cluster of sparks, a symbol, a face, a word, unspoken. Then silence, then light again. Some neuroscientists call this neural replay. Others, synaptic homeostasis. But to the sleeper, it feels like peace. Every dream is a calibration between chaos and order, a slow balancing of what we keep and what we release. It's okay to drift. In ancient cultures, dreams were sacred messages. Egyptians believed they were visits from gods. Greeks thought them fragments of prophecy. Modern science sees them as memory reorganization, yet the wonder remains the same. A process so old, so intricate, that even knowing the chemistry does not quiet its mystery. The neurotransmitter acetylcholine rises sharply during REM, while serotonin and norepinephrine fall almost to zero. This chemical silence frees the brain from fixed patterns, allowing creativity to flow unedited. Many discoveries, Einstein's insight, Kekule's dream of the benzene ring, were born from this liminal world. You can rest now. In the dream, boundaries of identity soften. The I becomes we, and we becomes it. The dreamer dissolves into the dreamed. This merging mirrors the universe itself, matter blending into energy, energy into silence. The same law governs stars and thought. Everything changes form. Nothing truly ends. It's okay to drift. Occasionally, you may become aware within the dream, a lucid flash, a moment where you realize you are dreaming. Heart rate quickens, breath deepens, the frontal cortex reawakens. In that instant, the mind holds both worlds, sleep and awareness. Lucid dreaming is a delicate equilibrium, like balancing on a beam of light. It lasts only as long as calm remains. When excitement rises, the dream collapses and you return to darkness. You can rest now. Toward morning, REM periods lengthen from 10 minutes to nearly an hour. The architecture of dreams grows taller stories, more complex emotion, more vivid. And then slowly, melatonin fades, light filters in, and the dream unbuilds itself. Walls melt sky, dissolves the last fragments of night, drift away. What remains is residue, the echo of a voice, the warmth of a sun that never existed, the feeling of having been somewhere infinite. The dream's architecture disappears, but its foundation remains within you, the neural traces of healing, the chemical footprint of calm. You can rest now. Every night, the brain builds and erases these worlds. By the time you wake, you have lived dozens of lives, felt thousands of emotions, traveled without moving. And though you may remember little, the body remembers everything. Your pulse, your hormones, your neural pathways, all adjusted, renewed, tuned once more to harmony. Dreams are the mind's invisible labor. While you rest, it rebuilds your inner landscape. When morning comes, you are not who you were the night before. You are a softer version, edited by light and darkness, curated by silence. It's okay to drift. As dawn returns, the architecture of dreams folds into memory, and the quiet scaffolding of thought returns to daylight form. But deep within the mind keeps building even in waking life. Every idea, every hope is a waking dream continuing its design. The universe too dreams in stars, collapsing and reforming in galaxies, rotating in the endless sequence of creation and rest. Dreaming is not escape, it is participation. The body and cosmos share the same art: to imagine, to dissolve, to begin again. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The dream is still there, just quieter now. You are safe here. You can rest now. Somewhere behind your closed eyes, a soft shimmer begins. It is not yet morning, but the world is remembering how to glow. Light is on its way, and even before it arrives, your body knows. Every cell carries a memory of light. From the earliest days of life on Earth, creatures learned to listen to brightness. The very first forms of algae, billions of years ago, turned sunlight into energy. They gave birth to oxygen, and through them, the planet learned to breathe. You can rest now. In you, that lineage continues. Inside each mitochondrion, the small engines of your cells, tiny echoes of those ancient algae remain. They still convert energy, still hum with the rhythm of the Sunday, even as you sleep in darkness. They await the light's return, ready to begin their slow morning work. It's okay to drift. Light to the body is not only vision, it is memory, metabolism, emotion. At dawn, when photons pass through the eyelids, the retinal ganglion cells awaken first. They carry light's message straight to the brain's clock, the suprachiasmatic nucleus once more, and there, morning begins. Melatonin fades, cortisol rises, and the mind's horizon brightens. You can rest now. What follows is not sudden. It's a slow uncoiling. Heart rate rises slightly. Temperature begins to climb. The neurons that had whispered through the night start to speak again. Language returns. Time, soft and fluid, in dreams condenses back into seconds. But before you wake, there is a space between a brief golden silence, when night has not yet left and day has not fully begun. That moment is precious. It's where memory is made whole. In those first few minutes of dawn, your hippocampus replays the last fragments of sleep. It sorts them, links them, files them into long-term memory. This is why early morning dreams often linger longer, their echoes stored deeper. The light itself seems to help them stay. It's okay to drift. Photons enter the retina, and within milliseconds, biochemistry becomes awakening. Serotonin begins to flow again, a molecule made from the same building blocks as melatonin, but opposite in meaning. One born of darkness, the other of light. The same matter translated by time. The balance of these two chemicals is how your brain feels the world. Too much night sadness, too much light restlessness. Between them lies the still middle, a soft dawn within the mind. You can rest now. In this fragile glow, the brain reconnects its networks. The default mode quiets, the prefrontal cortex stirs. The world reappears, like islands rising from mist. Each sense, hearing, touch, taste, wakes in its own order. Vision lasts always. For a few breaths, you still belong to the night. Morning is not a beginning. It is a remembering. Light does not create you. It recalls you. Your body recognizes patterns written in the same spectrum that has guided every living being since the first sunrise. It's okay to drift. In space, the sun burns at 5500 degrees Celsius. At that temperature, it releases about 10 circumflex, 26 watts every second, enough to power every dream that ever was. Only 1/billionth of that energy reaches Earth, yet that fraction sustains all life. And each dawn, a part of that fire, enters you not as heat, but as rhythm. When sunlight touches skin cells beneath, begin to form vitamin D, an ancient signal of day. This cascade wakes genes, balances mood sets, hunger, and wakefulness into motion, all from light. You can rest now. For centuries, people have worshipped sunrise. They didn't need equations. They felt the physics, the slow swell of gold, the warmth spreading across stone, the certainty that darkness would end. Every culture has a word for that moment: rebirth, renewal, grace. But to the body, it is simpler, a chemical dawn. It's okay to drift. Even blind people feel it. The eye is not the only portal. Light enters through the skin, through hormonal cascades, through the temperature of air itself. The body learns that morning has come from the faint rise in heat and sound. Birdsong, air pressure, scent, each a photon translated into feeling. You can rest now. Somewhere high in the atmosphere, the first blue light scatters through molecules of air. This scattering, called Rayleigh scattering, is why the sky is blue. Shorter wavelengths bounce more, filling the world with color. That same scattering enters your mind each morning. Blue light sharpens focus, raises dopamine, and tells the inner clock the day has begun. Still, there is beauty in slowness. When you rise before the light fully arrives, you inhabit both realms, a human made of night and dawn. Your consciousness feels the transition, a soft stretch between dreams and duties. In this half-awake state, many creative ideas appear: a memory from sleep, a thought that feels older than you. It's okay to drift. Neuroscientists call it hypnopompic consciousness, the gentle ascent from dream to waking. Brain waves still linger in theta range, imagination wide open. Artists, writers, and scientists often capture their best insights here before the logic of the day takes hold. It's a fragile time, easily broken by alarm, easily lost to haste. But when held, it becomes luminous. You can rest now. Light does not wake you, it invites you. Every morning is a negotiation between what must rise and what may remain still. The body learns this rhythm through years of repetition, a quiet choreography of cells. Even when clouds hide the sun, your mind keeps time with its unseen fire. Consider that every photon entering your eye left the sun 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. You see the past each morning, and that past arriving late becomes your present. It's okay to drift. Light travels at 299,792 kilometers per second, but its journey to you feels tender, patient, deliberate. After all, the same photons that stir your brain awake once passed through interstellar dust, through magnetic storms, through the vacuum between worlds. They survived to reach your eyelids soft as breath. You can rest now. In this way, morning is a cosmic event that unfolds within you. Every blink, every pulse is the universe continuing its story. Dreams may fade, but their rhythm remains a pulse that aligns with daylight. Your heartbeat becomes sunlight slowed into sound. It's okay to drift. The memory of light lives even in night's depth. This is why when you close your eyes to sleep, you still see faint color phosphine patterns glowing behind the lids. These are tiny signals from the retina, echoes of past illumination. Your eyes never fully forget the day. They carry its residue, its warmth, its direction. You can rest now. If you look at a sunrise tomorrow, remember this. The light that reaches you left the sun before you dreamt tonight. What you feel as now is always a memory of light, of distance, of time. And yet it feels immediate, as if the universe is thinking of you in real time. You breathe softly, and time exhales through you. The sun lifts again, and the slow body of night recedes. Still within you, darkness remains sacred, not absence, but balance. It's okay to drift. The day will come and carry you forward, but for now, the light is only beginning to speak. It asks nothing. It only glows. The same light that shaped mountains, that turned dust into breath, that once touched the eyes of the first dreamer. It touches you now. You are safe here. You can rest now. Morning arrives the way gravity does, quietly, without permission. You do not force yourself to wake. You fall upward into it. The body, still half asleep, floats toward motion. It is the slowest kind of physics. For a while, you stay in that soft middle where dreams fade but haven't vanished, and thought returns like the tide. The pulse of the room grows louder. A bird's call, the murmur of distant air. You are still, yet something inside you has begun to turn. You can rest now. The science of waking is as beautiful as the science of sleep. When light touches the retina, electrical signals race to the brain's clock, that small suprachiasmatic nucleus you met before. From there, ripples spread through the body, to the adrenal glands, to the heart, to the skin. In less than a minute, the chemistry of night dissolves. Melatonin falls. Cortisol rises like dawn. Through the blood, you can rest now. This rise in cortisol is not stress, it is awakening. It sharpens focus, lifts blood pressure, gently tells the liver to release glucose for fuel. Every cell prepares for light. The body reheats itself, temperature climbing 0.5 degrees per hour. Your heart begins to count again, a steady rhythm around 60 beats per minute, climbing slowly as consciousness strengthens. You are returning to gravity. During the night, blood pooled in quiet places, muscles released, their whole spine relaxed into the bed's memory. Now, as you stir, the nervous system wakes, capillaries open, and pressure redistributes. It's okay to drift. Even now, your inner ear, the vestibular labyrinth, senses the tilt of the world. Tiny crystals shift in response to movement, telling your brain which way is up. These signals weave through the cerebellum, through the midbrain, into thought. Before you open your eyes, you already know where you are. This is orientation, the body's way of remembering gravity. You can rest now. Somewhere deep inside, the reticular activating system begins to hum. It controls alertness, adjusting your awareness like a dimmer switch. At first, it allows fragments sound, smell the faint warmth of light. Then slowly, the volume of reality increases. The mind rises through layers theta to alpha to beta, each one thinner than the last. You are surfacing. It's okay to drift. In those early minutes, time feels uncertain. You do not yet know if it's late or early summer or winter, now or then. The prefrontal cortex, still fogged with sleep, needs a few minutes to reconstruct time. Memory aligns with the calendar of the world. This is called temporal reinstatement, the rebuilding of the mental clock. Even here, time is an act of creation. You can rest now. Morning light enters through the eyelids, scattering across the retina like soft water. Each photon hits a rod or cone, creates a pulse of current, and the optic nerve carries the message straight to the visual cortex. There, the first image of the day forms, not in full detail, but as brightness, a blur of color. That means you are here. The eyes adjust, and shapes become familiar. Edges sharpen. The brain maps the scene, fills in missing light from memory. Perception is not passive. It's a reconstruction. You do not see the world, you rebuild it. It's okay to drift. As awareness strengthens, your muscles begin a slow symphony of waking. Fibers shorten spindles. Fire blood moves. You might stretch without meaning, to arms rising like branches in sunlight. This is called pandiculation, a natural reflex shared by all mammals. It resets muscle tone, refreshes joints, tells the brain that the body still belongs to it. You can rest now. The physics of morning is the physics of renewal. Heat moves from the core, outward air pressure in the lungs balances again. Oxygen levels rise. At a cellular level, billions of mitochondria begin to spin faster, producing ATP, the energy currency of life. Each molecule, a spark. Each spark, a quiet dawn inside you. It's okay to drift. Outside, the world begins to sound again. Cars, wind, footsteps, a kettle warming on a stove. But these are not interruptions. They are proof of time returning. Sound is the body of motion. When the air moves, we know that life continues. You can rest now. In this moment, try to imagine the world without rush. Each morning, the Earth turns only a little, 15 degrees of rotation per hour. The sun does not hurry. It only shines. Your day too can begin that way, a rotation, not a race. It's okay to drift. The chemistry of wakefulness continues to unfold. Dopamine levels rise in the striatum. Serotonin balances mood in the raphe nuclei. Acetylcholine sharpens focus in the pons. These waves sweep across the brain like sunlight through fog, bringing clarity, warmth, motion. Still, part of you remains in the night, the slower rhythm that sleep has left behind. That's why true awakening takes longer than opening eyes. You can rest now. The slow physics of morning is about translation, turning stillness into movement, darkness into thought, potential into action. But there is no rush in this conversion. Nature prefers gradients, not switches. The same is true for you. You do not become awake. You approach it. It's okay to drift. For some morning is difficult. Cortisol surges too quickly. Heart races, thoughts rush. The body forgets its own pacing. But calm can be relearned. A breath that follows the sunrise, slow and wide, teaches the body to mirror the sky. You can rest now. Every inhale, light entering. Every exhale, night leaving. In this rhythm, the two coexist. Morning does not erase darkness. It includes it. Daylight carries the shadow of every night before. That's what gives it depth. It's okay to drift. As you rise, your senses find balance again. Smell sharpens air, and dust and memory mingle. Taste returns, sweet, bitter, warm. Touch awakens, last reminding you that the world is solid again. Each signal, each nerve, brings you closer to the day. You can rest now. The sun outside has climbed higher light, growing brighter, but still soft. Shadows stretch objects, reclaim their color. In this glow, everything looks slightly new because it is. Your eyes, refreshed by rest, see differently each morning. Photoreceptors renew overnight, their pigment molecules recycled. You are literally seeing the world with new light. It's okay to drift. The slow physics of morning continues beyond body and brain. The earth itself participates. The air expands. As it warms, dew evaporates. Birds navigate by magnetic field and light angle. Every species follows its own clock. And you, one among them, wake to join the same symphony. You can rest now. Even thought the quiet narrative of self moves differently in morning. At first, it is scattered nonlinear. Then coherence returns. This reorganization is guided by noradrenaline, a chemical that increases attentional flow. But before it rises fully, there is peace, a few moments where the world is simply light and sound. You can rest now. Morning is an equation solved by warmth. The gradient between dark and bright drives motion everywhere. Airlifting tides, shifting bodies waking. In thermodynamics, this is energy flow, but to the human heart, it feels like grace. It's okay to drift. The physics of the sun is the physics of you. Both depend on fusion pressure turned into light. In the sun, hydrogen becomes helium. In you, rest becomes life. Both are acts of renewal, quiet and continuous. You can rest now. By now, the day has begun its climb. Yet the memory of stillness lingers. You carry it like a slow rhythm beneath your pulse. It will remain quietly until night returns. That rhythm is your link to the universe's wider, calm proof that time, though it moves, can also hold still. It's okay to drift. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The morning light touches your skin. The body rewarmed and aware listens again to the world. Stillness does not vanish in day. It hides in motion, waiting to be found again at night. You are safe here. You can rest now. The day begins to move around you, but deep inside, another rhythm continues, slower, quieter, older than speech. It is the rhythm beneath the day. Even when you wake, your body still carries the echoes of the night's waves. Every cell remembers the slow oscillation of rest, Every organ still moves in that deep tempo. You can rest now. Science calls these cycles ultradian rhythms, patterns, shorter than the 24-hour circadian clock, but longer than the pulse or breath. Each lasts about 90 minutes, the same length as a sleep cycle. They are the invisible tides of waking life. In these waves, your alertness rises and falls. For 90 minutes, focus builds. For the next 20, it fades. Then, like a tide, it begins again. The mind's attention is not constant, it breathes. It's okay to drift. During these dips, the brain invites small moments of rest, blinks that last a little longer. A breath drawn, a little deeper, a stare into the distance that feels like daydream. This is not distraction. It is the body's reminder that rest is not only for night. You can rest now. Even at midday, tiny networks within the brain replay the same slow waves that once carried you through delta sleep. Not enough to pull you under, just enough to keep balance. Each wave, a whisper of stillness woven into the motion of the day. At this scale, time feels rhythmic, not linear. Moments expand and contract like the chambers of a heart. The autonomic nervous system alternates between activation and calm, between sympathetic and parasympathetic breath. You inhale to meet the world. You exhale to return. It's okay to drift. Your heart itself carries a rhythm that mirrors the cycles of the Sunday. In the morning, it beats faster, filling you with motion. By afternoon, it steadies. Toward evening, it slows again, returning to the frequency of dusk. Heart rate variability, the measure of how your pulse changes with breath, is highest when you are calm. That variability is health. You can rest now. The Japanese poet Basho once wrote, "The temple bell stops, but the sound keeps coming out of the flowers." Your heart is that bell. Its rhythm continues in everything you touch. Each beat sends a pulse through the body, pressure waves that travel through arteries at about 10 meters per second. Tiny, soundless tremors of life. You can rest now. Even thought follows rhythm. Neurons fire not in constant flow but in pulses and bursts. Gamma waves for attention, alpha waves for calm, theta for creativity. The dance of their interaction creates what we call awareness. It's okay to drift. At any moment, millions of these rhythms overlap the pulse, the breath, the cycles of hormones and light. Like instruments in an unseen orchestra, they align for a while, then drift apart, then align again. Coherence and chaos, the twin movements of being alive. You can rest now. Sometimes when you pause midday and close your eyes for a minute, you may feel a soft hum in your chest. That hum is coherence, the synchronization between heart and breath. It is measurable, about 0.1 hertz, one cycle every 10 seconds. In that state, the vagus nerve, the body's great pacemaker, sends calm upward to the brain. The mind quiets. The body heals. It's okay to drift. In this sense, rest is not a place, but a rhythm. It moves with you. Through walking, through listening, through light. Even conversation follows these hidden tides. Two people breathing in unison voices, alternating like waves. Co-regulation, they call it. Safety shared through sound. You can rest now. Outside, the sun climbs to its peak. Its light is most direct at noon, falling at a 90-degree angle to the earth. Shadows shorten air warms, and the planet exhales heat. Within you, core temperature rises by about 1 degree. Metabolism hums higher. Your inner sun responds to the outer one. It's okay to drift. In physics, this is called resonance, when one frequency awakens another. The Earth resonates with solar radiation. Your skin resonates with warmth. Your heart resonates with breath. At the deepest level, this resonance connects everything alive. You can rest now. The idea of coherence is not poetry, it is biology. When breathing slows to 6 cycles per minute, heart rhythm aligns blood pressure, oscillates smoothly, brain waves fall into synchrony. These patterns can be recorded, but they are also felt as clarity, as peace, as the quiet between thoughts. It's okay to drift. If you listen closely, you might notice how your breath affects time. Inhalation slightly speeds the heartbeat. Exhalation slows it. This difference, called respiratory sinus arrhythmia, is a conversation between lungs and heart. Every breath is a small act of communication. You can rest now. Through the afternoon, these ultradian rhythms continue. Every 90 minutes, the body asks for stillness, a brief pause, a sigh, a moment of gaze towards something distant. When ignored, fatigue builds. When honored, focus renews itself naturally. It's okay to drift. Animals follow this rhythm without question. Birds rest between flights, cats nap in sunbeams, trees close their stomata to conserve energy. The planet lives by intervals of work and rest. Only humans try to outrun the tide. But stillness always returns. It waits patiently, like the shadow that follows every step. You can rest now. Inside your brain, the glymphatic system continues its slow cleansing even during wakefulness. Tiny rivers of cerebrospinal fluid washing through neural pathways. This cycle peaks during sleep, but never fully stops. You are being cleaned by time itself. It's okay to drift. By late afternoon, light softens again. The angle of the sun lowers wavelengths, stretch into gold. Blue fades, red returns. Your body senses this shift long before your eyes do. Melatonin precursors begin to rise, temperature dips, and the rhythm beneath the day turns gently toward rest again. You can rest now. Everything in nature moves in cycles, from the firing of a neuron to the orbit of a galaxy. Each has peaks and troughs, moments of motion and silence. Harmony is not stillness. It is movement that returns to center. You live inside that equation. It's okay to drift. In the late light, your heartbeat slows muscles. Ease attention softens. Even thought becomes less linear, more associative, a prelude to evening dreaming. Daylight begins to dissolve, and somewhere inside the memory of the night awakens again. You can rest now. From sunrise to dusk, you have moved through more than 10,000 breaths, 4,000 heartbeats per hour, and countless moments of perception. Yet beneath all that motion, the deeper rhythm never changed. It carried you unnoticed, faithful, slow. It's okay to drift. Perhaps this is what time truly is. Not a line, but a wave. Not something that passes, but something that breathes. Every peak, a moment of awareness. Every trough, a return to silence. You are part of that waveform, rising and falling with light. You can rest now, even now. As evening approaches, the rhythm continues, steady as gravity, soft as breath. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. You are safe here. You can rest now. The light begins to soften again. What was golden turns to amber. What was bright becomes kind. The world exhales, and everything leans towards stillness. Evening has its own timbre, not silence, but distance. Birds slow their songs. The hum of insects replaces them. Wind lowers its voice. It is the hour when movement remembers to rest. You can rest now. Inside you, the same descent begins. Heart rate falls, core temperature drifts downward. The nervous system folds inward like wings. Cortisol ebbs away. Melatonin patient all day blooms quietly in the blood. Before your mind names the hour, the body already knows it. It's okay to drift. The circadian twilight is a choreography of surrender. The hypothalamus lowers its command. The pineal gland assumes control. Chemical night unfurls, turning thought into shade motion, into breath. You can rest now. Your eyes, tired from light, begin to shift their vision. Rods take over from cones, favoring silver over color. The world loses hue, but gains depth edges, softened by the chemistry of dusk. It's okay to drift. The atmosphere cools. Temperature drops by 2 or 3 degrees. That fall, though small, is the body's cue to release the day's heat. Blood moves outward toward the skin, hands, and feet, warm slightly, helping the core to cool. You are your own twilight. You can rest now. Shadows lengthen, blue fades, gold turns to rose. Every wavelength stretched by distance is a message the sun is still here, only lower. That fading light touches your skin and your hormones respond. Melatonin rises heart rate, slows another beat. It's okay to drift. Within the brain, the suprachiasmatic nucleus counts the loss of photons. It whispers to the pineal gland, "It is time." And the pineal answers with melatonin, the molecular dusk that seeps through every cell. It binds to receptors in lung and heart, telling them, "Slow now. You can rest now." There is something ancient about this moment, the ritual of fading light. Before cities, before fire, the first humans watched the same horizon. Their bodies obeyed the same chemistry. Their breath slowed to the same rhythm. Mate, we are all descendants of that obedience to light. It's okay to drift. Every evening, you cross this portal between worlds. It feels ordinary, yet it is the most delicate of transitions. The muscles that carried you all day soften their grip. The brain regions of vigilance, the amygdala, the reticular system release their hold. Peace returns as a physical fact. You can rest now. Evening light strikes the eye at a shallow angle. Red wavelengths dominate, telling your brain that the horizon has lowered. Even without seeing your cells, sense the color of the hour. It's okay to drift. The science of dusk is also the science of emotion. Serotonin falls slowly, dopamine quiets, and the brain turns toward oxytocin and calm. You feel drawn to closeness, to conversation, to soft voices, and dim rooms. Evening makes mammals gentle. You can rest now. By the time the first stars appear, melatonin peaks. Within 90 minutes of sunset, your core temperature is at its lowest. Muscle tone decreases. Brain waves slide from beta into alpha. The transition from day to night is complete. It's okay to drift. The air itself changes density. cooler molecules move slower, sound travels differently, and distant noises seem clearer. Crickets, footsteps, the faint hiss of air find their way into your hearing. Even silence becomes textured. You can rest now. This slowing has purpose. Blood pressure drops. The parasympathetic system takes command. The body's engines cool. Metabolism prepares for repair. It's not decline. It's renewal. It's okay to drift. Evening is when memory begins to weave. Events of the day replay softly, not as story but as feeling. Neurons in the hippocampus fire in miniature rehearsals, compressing hours into seconds. You relive your day in silence, deciding without words what to keep. You can rest now. Beyond the window, the earth keeps turning eastward, 15 degrees each hour, carrying you into shadow. You feel none of it, yet the motion continues, faithful and serene. It's okay to drift. At this hour, your heart beats its slowest. Blood pressure lowers by about 10%. The vagus nerve extends its influence, guiding every organ toward quiet. The body is not closing down. It is tuning itself. You can rest now. In the half-light, even color behaves differently. Leaves reflect less. Green stone absorbs more warmth. The horizon stretches farther. The physics of scattering Rayleigh and me paint the world in longer wavelengths. Red, orange, violet, the spectrum of surrender. It's okay to drift. Somewhere deep in your bloodstream, adenosine has reached its summit. This molecule of tiredness binds to neurons in the basal forebrain, slowing their chatter. Caffeine once blocked it. Now its signal flows freely. Sleepiness is not weakness, it is completion. You can rest now. And well, in darkness, another clock stirs. The peripheral oscillators, the tiny timekeepers in your organs, begin to sync with night. The liver switches from processing to repair the gut, from digestion to rest. Every cell reads the same script: restore. It's okay to drift. As the stars sharpen the pupils, widen to their night diameter, about 7 millimeters. You gather more light than you realize. Even starlight, a few photons per square millimeter, is enough to reach the retina. What you see as darkness is filled with ancient light. You can rest now. The body's balance of ions changes too. Potassium leaves neurons, sodium and calcium settle. These microscopic tides create electrical calm across the brain. The storm of thought clears. It's okay to drift. At this hour, if you listen inward, you may feel small vibrations in the chest, the subtle rhythm of heart valves closing, the echo of blood returning through veins. That rhythm is the night's heartbeat inside you. You can rest now. Emotionally, evening invites reflection. The amygdala softens its vigilance. The prefrontal cortex gains compassion. This is why forgiveness often comes at night. The brain's chemistry favors empathy over defense. You are designed to reconcile before sleep. It's okay to drift. When the last traces of sunlight fade, the pineal gland glows in biochemical dusk, releasing about 30 micrograms of melatonin per hour. Its message travels through every tissue, a slow tide of darkness. The body's temperature dips to its nightly minimum, and the day's heat leaves with your breath. You can rest now. If you were to measure the Earth's magnetic field now, you'd find it quiet too. Solar wind eases after sunset. The ionosphere cools. Even the planet seems to rest. Cosmic radiation drops by fractions. The air becomes slightly more still. It's okay to drift. Across cultures, dusk is sacred. Some pray, some cook, some simply watch. Candles, incense lamps, small suns to mark the boundary. We have always lit fire not to fight the dark, but to greet it. You can rest now. By now, constellations have appeared, Orion rising Venus, low in the west. Their light left home millions of years ago, traveling through cosmic night to reach this single moment on your skin. In their glow, you are a witness to time itself. It's okay to drift. Soon, sleep will gather you again. The mind will dissolve its edges. The body will release its final tension. The descent is complete, not falling, but returning to the rhythm that never ends. You can rest now. When you close your eyes, the inner world brightens a quiet phosphorescence of thought. Dreams will rise, memory will heal. The physics of night will begin once more. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Stillness folds around your body like water. The night holds you without demand, without weight-only presence. You are safe here. You can rest now. Night has fully arrived. The air has no edges now. It folds around you. Weightless, endless, slow. Somewhere beyond thought, the body crosses its final threshold. It releases the day completely. Muscle tone fades. Eyelids soften. The last conscious sparks dim into dark. You can rest now. In this deep layer of night waves of electricity, slow to less than 1 cycle per second. It is the slowest rhythm the brain can hold. Scientists call it slow wave sleep, but to the body, it feels like infinity. The cortex hums in unison, billions of neurons breathing together in one vast low tide. It's okay to drift. Each wave begins in the frontal lobe, spreads backward through the brain, and returns like surf meeting shore. At their peak, neurons fire in harmony. At their trough, they rest in silence. It is the most synchronized state a human ever reaches. You can rest now. During these slow pulses, the body repairs itself with perfect precision. Growth hormone rises to its nightly peak, stimulating cell renewal and tissue healing. The immune system releases cytokines, the molecules that guard and rebuild. Every heartbeat, every breath is part of the same rhythm of recovery. It's okay to drift. Your brain's glymphatic system, that hidden river between neurons, opens wide in this stage. Cerebrospinal fluid sweeps through neural valleys, washing away metabolic waste. Proteins that cluttered thought in daylight are cleared by the night's silent tide. It is cleansing not by effort, but by stillness. You can rest now. If you could see yourself from within, you would not look asleep. You would look like slow clouds moving across the landscape of the brain. Electrical storms of thought replaced by soft, luminous mist. Each wave, a gentle pressure of forgetting. Each pause, a memory filed safely away. It's okay to drift. This stage is the keeper of memory. Facts, emotions, skills, all are replayed and anchored here. The hippocampus sends signals to the cortex, repeating patterns learned during the day. In this transfer, short-term memory becomes long-term. What you know tomorrow is being built right now beneath your dreams. You can rest now. There is order in the quiet. The brain, though sleeping, is sorting through thousands of moments, compressing hours into seconds, filtering noise from meaning. It decides what to keep, what to dissolve, what to forgive. It's okay to drift. Your heartbeat is slow, 40 beats a minute, maybe less. Blood pressure low breathing, deep, steady tidal. Oxygen moves slowly through the body, feeding each cell like moonlight feeding the sea. Temperature steady around 36 degrees. The night's internal climate, perfect for peace. You can rest now. Outside, the world sleeps too. Forests breathe carbon into air. Oceans settle into their long lull. Animals curl beneath leaves or earth. Even the wind moves with less intent. Every living thing has entered its low rhythm. It's okay to drift. At this depth, the brain releases delta waves between 0.5 and 4 hertz. They are not signals of thought, but of unity. The body and mind moving as one organism. No effort, no separation, only pattern. You can rest now. Dreams fade here, not gone, but suspended. The brain no longer imagines. It remembers through rhythm. This is the night's deep memory, a vault where every heartbeat of the day is rewritten into permanence. It's okay to drift. In these hours, metabolism slows by nearly 15%. The liver processes sugar at half-speed. Muscles use little oxygen, and the heart conserves energy for renewal. You are in a measurable way consuming almost nothing. You exist on silence. You can rest now. Even your genes know this hour. Some switch on only at night. Genes for repair, for protein synthesis, for balance. Thousands of molecular clocks tick in harmony through your body, their rhythms merging like starlight in water. It's okay to drift. If time could be seen here, it would look like a horizon without motion. Seconds dissolve. The distinction between then and now fades. The consciousness that measures time is gone. Only being remains pure, slow, luminous. You can rest now. Some researchers call this the neural night ocean. Each wave of current flows across the cortex, rippling through gray matter, the way tides move through sand. Every pulse brings oxygen. Every pause carries waste away. Your mind is the shore, and the tide keeps it whole. It's okay to drift. In this darkness, the amygdala, the seat of fear, is quiet. Emotion has no urgency. Even pain, memory, sleeps. The world's edges soften. You are safe, and your mind believes it. You can rest now. The night outside mirrors this calm. Above you, the Milky Way arches across the sky, 1 billion suns each, 3,0,0,0,0 light years from the next, moving in a spiral so slow it takes 230 million years to turn once. And yet, in this stillness, you move with it. It's okay to drift. Somewhere within that galactic rhythm, atoms in your body hum at frequencies older than light itself. Their spin, their vibration, is tuned to the same mathematics as the stars. The universe does not sleep, it breathes through you. You can rest now. In this deep layer of night, you are not apart from the world. You are its quietest echo. Matter and memory pulse, and silence fold into one. The body forgets. It is a body. Time forgets. It is passing. It's okay to drift. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Each breath, a tide. Each tide, a lifetime. Each lifetime, a single moment of peace. You are safe here. You can rest now. The tide of sleep turns slowly, invisibly. From the bottom of stillness, the first ripples of awareness begin to rise. It is not waking, not dreaming, only motion within quiet. Your heartbeat stirs each pulse slightly quicker, each breath a little higher in the chest. The deep delta waves begin to mingle with faster rhythms, and the night shifts tone. You can rest now. This is the passage between depths, the climb from dreamless silence into the glowing sea of REM. Brainwave speed from 1 per second to 8, oxygen consumption rises, and the mind lights up again, but the body remains still safe and unbroken. It's okay to drift. Somewhere behind your eyes, the pond sends its signals, upward small electrical whispers that ignite the visual cortex, the limbic system, the memory circuits of the hippocampus. The theater of the night reopens. You can rest now. The first dreams of morning are gentle. They are built from fragments, shadows of memory, faint colors of sound. Faces appear without weight. Voices drift without language. It's the mind remembering itself. It's okay to drift. Outside, the world is still dark, but its temperature has reached its lowest point. The Earth's surface radiates heat to the sky, and the air becomes pure, thin still. This cold tells your body that the long arc of night is halfway done. Melatonin still holds reign, but cortisol begins to stir, a faint golden undercurrent beneath the dark. You can rest now. In the depths of your chest, the heart's rhythm steadies to its night pattern. Each beat sends a slow wave through arteries, a pressure rhythm that syncs with breathing. When you inhale, heart rate rises. When you exhale, it falls. This synchronization, called cardiorespiratory coupling, is the body's lullaby to itself. It's okay to drift. At this hour, neural communication is mostly chemical, not electrical. The brain conserves energy, preferring diffusion to speed. Every molecule moves slower, every neuron glows dimmer. The energy that once created thought is now being spent on healing. You can rest now. This is when tissue repair peaks. Proteins fold into place. DNA damaged by sunlight or stress is mended by enzymes working in near silence. Every night, your body performs this quiet miracle, not by will, but by rhythm. It's okay to drift. If you could listen to your brain right now, you would hear the hum of deep oscillation, a soft, constant thrum like wind across snow. These waves are called K-complexes, brief bursts of protection, keeping the mind asleep even when sound or touch interrupts. They are shields of silence, guardians of the dreamer. You can rest now. The night is not empty. Even in darkness, the cosmos glows. Above, invisible to the eye, particles stream from space, tiny neutrinos, passing through your body billions every second, silent travelers from ancient stars. They do not disturb you. They remind the universe that you are part of it. It's okay to drift. Your breathing deepens again, a rhythm shaped by the medulla, the oldest part of your brain. It was here millions of years ago that breath first learned to listen to life. Now it listens, still matching air to need to peace. You can rest now. Soon REM will come again, longer, more vivid, a slow rehearsal for dawn. Your eyes beneath their lids will begin to move, as if scanning a distant horizon. The dream will return, but this time it will carry pieces of tomorrow. It's okay to drift. Scientists have found that during late-night REM, the brain rehearses the future. Not prediction, but simulation. A practice for what may come. In this way, dreaming is a quiet form of preparation. It builds resilience from imagination. You can rest now. This is the mind's deep intelligence to rest by creating, to heal, by remembering, to live, by dissolving. Every night you disappear so that you may return whole. It's okay to drift. If you could trace time here, you'd find it flowing differently. Minutes stretch, seconds fold moments, exist outside order. In physics, gravity slows time. In sleep, stillness does. Your perception dilates until even breathing feels infinite. You can rest now. Dream fragments begin to rise again. Scenes without plot colors, without shape. A river, a room, someone you almost remember. They are symbols your mind uses to test emotions safely. Each fragment, a gentle rehearsal for waking life. It's okay to drift. Soon the first signals of morning will start to glow in the brain. Tiny pulses in the suprachiasmatic nucleus, preparing for dawn, even before the eyes see light. Melatonin will fade, cortisol will climb, and consciousness will begin its slow return. But not yet. For now, the night holds you in its rhythm. You can rest now. In the deepest silence, you may feel as though you are floating. No edge, no floor, no self. This feeling is not illusion. It is the nervous system in perfect equilibrium. No resistance, no alarm, just balance. It's okay to drift. If the body were music, this would be its lowest note, a single sustained hum beneath all melodies of thought and motion. It carries you through the final hours of night. You can rest now. Outside, the stars continue their slow turning. The earth spins quietly beneath them at 1, 6, 7, 0 kilometers per hour. Yet, you feel no motion, only gravity's cradle, the same force that binds planets. It's okay to drift. Within another hour, the first light will touch the edge of the world. But in this space, there is only calm. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The cycle of night is nearly complete. You are safe here. You can rest now. The night begins to loosen its hold. A faint shimmer seeps through the edges of the dark. It is not yet morning, but something in the air has changed. The earth has turned a little more, tilting your corner of the world toward the Sunday photons that left the star 8 minutes ago are already on their way. Silent, tireless, pure. They travel nearly 3,000,000 kilometers each second, crossing the void to find you. You can rest now. Before the eyes open, the body already senses the light. Temperature rises by 0.5 degrees. Cortisol, the golden hormone of waking, begins its slow ascent, replacing melatonin's silver calm. Deep in the brain, the suprachiasmatic nucleus signals that dawn approaches. It's okay to drift. Your heart hears this first. It beats a little faster, not in hurry, but in readiness. The lungs respond, drawing deeper breaths. Oxygen moves, blood warms, and time stirs again in your veins. You can rest now. There is a moment just before awareness returns, when you exist between worlds. Thought has not yet begun, but the senses awaken. The faint hum of air, a whisper of sound beyond the room, the pulse of your own breathing. Each signal arrives softly, as if the universe were testing the volume of life. It's okay to drift. Your brain waves shift upward, from delta's slow tides to theta's gentle ripples, then toward alpha, the rhythm of early waking. You are neither dreaming nor thinking, but remembering what it means to be awake. You can rest now. During this lightest sleep, the hippocampus hums quietly, transferring the final memories of the night. Dream fragments flicker and fade like fireflies returning to grass. Emotions settle. What remains is balance. It's okay to drift. Somewhere birds begin to sing, not by accident, but because their inner clocks are set to the faintest light before dawn. Their song is the sound of melatonin falling and dopamine rising, a biological hymn to renewal. Even their rhythm mirrors your own. You can rest now. As your body moves toward waking muscles, twitch hands adjust their place in the sheets. This gentle motion is called sleep spindling, a bridge between stillness and movement. Brain waves create bursts of 15 hertz, brief rehearsals of wakefulness woven into rest. It's okay to drift. The chemistry of morning gathers strength. Serotonin rises, glucose begins to circulate, cells open their doors to energy once more. The mitochondria, those ancient engines inherited from sunlight, stir awake, ready to turn food, oxygen, and time back into warmth. You can rest now. Your eyelids feel lighter now, as if aware of the glow beyond them. Light, even through closed skin, triggers photosensitive ganglion cells. These silent messengers send signals through the optic nerve to the hypothalamus, reminding every cell that the night is ending. It's okay to drift. In this twilight of awareness, the world reassembles itself. Outlines form beneath the lids, shadows of furniture, a faint impression of space. You don't yet open your eyes, but your mind maps the room by sound, scent, and warmth. The body is remembering home. You can rest now. Even the heart remembers light. Its rhythm shifts in anticipation, synchronized by the body's clock. Every pulse aligns with the breath, as if rehearsing the pace of the coming day. You are a metronome of dawn, steady, quiet, alive. It's okay to drift. Outside, the first light brushes the horizon. It is blue at first, scattered, delicate, filled with short wavelengths that signal awakening. This light tells plants to open, birds to rise, and humans to breathe deeper. You can rest now. The sun itself has not yet appeared, but its photons are bending through the atmosphere, painting the sky before the source is visible. Astronomers call this nautical twilight, when sailors once used stars and faint horizon to find their way home. The same light now guides you back from the sea of sleep. It's okay to drift. Your breathing changes again, shallow, then steady, adjusting to the rhythm of waking metabolism. Carbon dioxide rises slightly, triggering the first conscious inhale of day. The chest expands. The diaphragm tightens softly. Each breath a bridge between the dark and the light. You can rest now. Soon the eyes will open, but not yet. For now, you linger in the pale edges of the world, the last moment of peace before time begins to count again. In this space, you can feel both the stillness of night and the promise of morning. It's okay to drift. The brain prepares its circuits. Vision reconnects to hearing, balance, to touch, language, to thought. Every sense finds its partner. This orchestration takes seconds, but it feels timeless. You can rest now. The first awareness of self returns, not identity, but existence. You are here, alive, safe. The body knows before the mind does. It's okay to drift. Somewhere beyond your window, the world begins again. Light bending on dew, insects warming in shadow, rivers turning gold. Every dawn that ever was still echoes in this one. You can rest now. Soon the dream will be gone, its details washed by the brightness to come. But its rhythm, the deep harmony between you and time, will stay within. It moves with your heartbeat, lingers in your breath. You will carry it into the day, a secret stillness beneath all motion. It's okay to drift. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The first warmth of light touches your face, and for a moment, night and day coexist. You are the horizon between them. You are safe here. You can rest now. Light moves quietly across the room. It begins as a shimmer, then a pale glow on the walls, a whisper of warmth finding its way through air. The day has arrived, but it enters gently, as though it too remembers the dark. Your eyelids lift only part way. The world appears soft, unfocused, forgiving. Edges have not yet hardened. Time has not yet accelerated. You can rest now. For a few heartbeats, you are between two rhythms, the deep pulse of night and the quickening tempo of day. This moment, brief but infinite, is the balance point of existence. It's okay to drift. Light falls across your skin. Its warmth, only a few photons thick, travels through layers of tissue, awakening tiny photoreceptors in the blood. Hemoglobin responds first, absorbing brightness like memory. Then the brain follows, turning radiance into awareness. You can rest now. The science of this is simple, yet its beauty feels sacred. Sunlight enters the retina, splitting into impulses of electricity. They travel to the hypothalamus, where melatonin production fades. Within minutes, cortisol, serotonin, and dopamine rise in harmony. You are reassembled from light. It's okay to drift. Even as you breathe deeper, a part of you remains slow. That lingering rhythm of sleep stays hidden beneath your waking pulse. It protects you so the rush of day cannot break you too soon. You can rest now. Outside, the horizon unfolds. Mist curls along the ground. Clouds drift like unfinished thoughts. The sun has not yet reached its full height, but the world is remembering its shape. Birdsong rises in waves, a living symphony of circadian clocks. Each call, each echo, a declaration that the night's repair is done. It's okay to drift. You begin to move slowly, the turn of a shoulder, the bend of a knee. Muscles stretch in soft arcs, testing the air. This motion is the body's way of re-entering gravity. The spine aligns, the heart quickens slightly, blood gathers warmth. You can rest now. Morning light carries frequencies of blue and white, rich in the wavelengths that reset your inner clock. The brain interprets these as time, the beginning of the 24-hour circle. It calibrates temperature, hunger, emotion, all in quiet obedience to the sky. You are part of this orbit. It's okay to drift. When your eyes open fully, they meet the first clear image of day. Colors are sharp edges defined. But notice how still everything feels in this moment before thought begins. The world is bright, yet silence lingers inside it. You can rest now. Your breath falls into rhythm. Again, a pace familiar and new. Every inhale a small creation. Every exhale a gentle release. The lungs now warm. With morning air, feed the heart's rising flame. Energy flows outward again, toward action, toward life. It's okay to drift. You sit up, perhaps slowly, perhaps only in thought. The sheets hold the memory of night, their warmth, their scent, their stillness. They remind you that rest is not lost when the eyes open. It can travel with you. You can rest now. In this light, even familiar things seem tender. The curve of a cup, the sound of the floor beneath bare feet, the echo of a distant voice. Everything glows a little, as if touched by the same calm that guided the stars. It's okay to drift. Your brain, fully awake, now returns to beta rhythms, 13 to 30 hertz of clarity and motion. But beneath them, alpha waves still hum a residue of the night's tranquility. This is how peace remains hidden inside activity. You can rest now. The body, too, holds a memory of stillness. Heart rate and breath will quicken through the day, but each carries a baseline of calm etched by the night. This quiet physiology is your anchor, the slow breath of the universe within you. It's okay to drift. The sun climbs higher, its light turning from silver to gold. Shadows retreat. The sky becomes full, transparent, awake. The earth spins steadily beneath you, 1, 6, 7, 0 kilometers each hour, yet you feel no movement. You are carried through space without ever needing to move at all. You can rest now. In this awareness, you are both still and in motion, both particle and wave, both human and infinite. The dual truth of being alive, resting, and moving at once. It's okay to drift. Morning unfolds its physics around you. Photons collide with leaves, heat rises from the soil, wind finds direction. And within that vast choreography, you breathe a small rhythm among greater ones. You can rest now. The memories of the night still shimmer beneath thought. Dreams, perhaps forgotten, leave their trace in emotion, a calm you cannot name, a softness in the way you think. This is the deep memory of sleep, not images, but balance. It's okay to drift. You are light now, the same energy that fills the morning sky. Every atom in your body was once inside a star forged in furnaces billions of years ago. The hydrogen you breathe was born near the dawn of the cosmos. You can rest now. Outside, life continues, the quiet hum of engines, the call of birds, the whisper of leaves. All of it part of the same orchestra that began when the universe cooled from its first fire. You are listening to creation's echo. It's okay to drift. In this moment, before the day fully begins, pause. Let the light settle in your eyes. Let the air remind you that time is gentle. There is no rush. You can rest now. Soon the world will ask for motion, for speech, for choice, for thought. But the stillness beneath it all remains. It follows you quietly, a rhythm carried from sleep. You will move, but you will move slowly, as the earth does, spinning through eternity and never once in a hurry. It's okay to drift. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The day begins, but the calm endures. You are safe here. You can rest now. The day moves around you now. The world has woken fully, but something inside remains slow. Beneath the sound of voices, beneath the rhythm of motion, the night's calm still hums within your chest. You can rest now. Stillness has not vanished. It has only changed form. It lives in pauses, in the small silences between breaths, in the way light rests on your hands without demanding anything from you. It's okay to drift. What you carry from the night is not sleep, but continuity. A reminder that even in the noise of day, there is a quieter pulse underneath. The body remembers. The mind remembers. The universe remembers. You can rest now. Every breath continues the rhythm of night. Each inhale a subtle rising, each exhale a falling tide. When you walk, when you think that rhythm still moves beneath your steps, the delta waves of sleep become the slow confidence of morning. It's okay to drift. Stillness is not the opposite of motion. It is motion seen from afar. A star may race across space at hundreds of kilometers each second, but from where we stand, it looks perfectly still. Your life, too, moves at cosmic speed, and yet within it, there is peace. You can rest now. The science of stillness begins again here. In the daylight, your neurons spark faster, your muscles work harder, but your parasympathetic system still hums beneath it all, slowing your heart between moments of effort. It is your hidden metronome, a constant return to center. It's okay to drift. As you move through the day, tiny patterns echo the night's harmony. When you blink, you pause consciousness for half a second. When you exhale, your heart slows slightly. When you stop to listen, the auditory cortex quiets, mirroring the hush of early sleep. The body, even awake, keeps fragments of the dream. You can rest now. Look around. Light on a wall leaves, turning in a breeze, a shadow sliding across the floor. Every motion you see contains stillness at its center. That is how the universe moves through equilibrium, not urgency. It's okay to drift. The physics of calm is constant motion balanced. In quantum fields, particles vibrate endlessly, but their opposites mirror them, creating the illusion of rest. So too, with you, your pulse, your breath, your thoughts, and pauses. Opposites in harmony. You can rest now. Somewhere in your brain, the insula, the region that senses inner state, translates rhythm into awareness. It listens to your organs, to the beating heart and lungs, and whispers a truth older than language. You are here. It's okay to drift. In the stillness of a single breath, the body reorganizes everything. Blood redistributes, oxygen steadies, muscles ease. It is the smallest act of renewal, and it happens every few seconds. You can rest now. Remember that sleep and wake are not opposites. They are waves of the same ocean, one rising, one falling. Even now, as you stand in daylight, you are part of that cycle. Somewhere across the planet, another person closes their eyes, and the same calm holds them. It's okay to drift. You are part of a planetary rhythm. Billions of heartbeats staggered across time zones, each breathing at its own pace. Together, they form a sound too vast to hear. It is the hum of life itself. You can rest now. Outside light continues to travel, bouncing from water, from windows, from clouds. Every reflection is a memory of the Sunday. You carry those photons in your skin, their warmth stored for hours. The universe writes light into matter, and matter becomes you. It's okay to drift. Sometimes in the middle of the day, you may pause without knowing why. You might look out a window or stop to breathe for no reason at all. That is the body's way of remembering night, its slow rhythm, calling you back for a moment. You can rest now. Stillness hides in plain sight. It is in the space between sounds, the distance between footsteps, the quiet after laughter. Every silence is a doorway. It's okay to drift. Even thought obeys this law. Your brain cannot fire continuously. It must pause between ideas. That pause, less than a heartbeat, is where clarity enters. You can rest now. At the molecular level, your body remains a field of motion. Atoms vibrate trillions of times. Each second electrons orbit neutrinos, pass through flesh and bone. And yet you are still. Stillness is scale. It's okay to drift. In the language of physics, time itself is elastic slowing, where gravity deepens, stretching where it lessens. When you rest, your inner gravity increases and moments lengthen. That is why peace feels infinite. You can rest now. Some call this presence. Some call it awareness. Science might call it the synchronization of neural oscillations. But words are smaller than truth. The experience is simpler. It feels like breathing. It feels like belonging. It's okay to drift. And as you breathe now, you can feel that belonging widening. Every inhale is shared with the trees. Every exhale returns to the air. The carbon you release will feed leaves, will build stars. You are not apart from time. You are how it moves. You can rest now. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In this rhythm, the line between day and night fades. There is only stillness changing its shape. You are safe here. You can rest now. The hours have unfolded quietly. Light has returned. Yet your body still moves within night's calm. You are awake, but the dream remains beneath the surface, soft as water below ice. You can rest now. This is the afterglow of sleep, a hush that follows restoration. Every cell is rinsed, every circuit rewired, every thought rewoven into gentleness. It's okay to drift. When scientists measure this state, they call it residual parasympathetic tone, the body's memory of peace. Heart rhythm still wide and slow, blood pressure low, breathing near 1 cycle every 10 seconds. The mathematics of safety. You can rest now. In this rhythm, awareness widens rather than sharpens. You begin to notice small things, a beam of light on a table, the sound of distant air, the echo of your own pulse. Time slows again, as if grateful for your attention. It's okay to drift. Stillness is returning, not as sleep this time, but as comprehension. You are learning what the night has taught, that rest is not absence, but balance. You can rest now. Outside clouds move like breath across the sky. Their shadows travel the ground at 50 kilometers an hour, yet seem to stand still. Speed, when seen from far enough away, becomes serenity. It's okay to drift. Somewhere the ocean breathes against the shore. Each wave rises, pauses, falls. That pattern, 3 beats, 1 silence, is the same pattern as your heart. You were built to match the planet. You can rest now. Even sunlight, streaming through a window, flickers at frequencies too high for the eye. Invisible rhythm, constant motion, appearing to be still. The universe performs this illusion everywhere, movement so vast that calm is its visible face. It's okay to drift. The day continues outside, but here within your breath, time has flattened into presence. Seconds no longer follow. They circle. You can rest now. In the language of stars, stillness is gravity matter, remembering where it came from. Galaxies spin for billions of years, and yet their centers barely move. You are that center, the quiet point inside endless motion. It's okay to drift. Your mind now replays echoes of earlier hours, the first silence, the slow waves, the return of light. These repetitions soothe the brain's pattern makers, closing the loop of learning. You can rest now. Light still travels. It crosses oceans of space and finds your morning face. Those photons that touched you tonight left their stars before you were born. They complete their journey here, ending in calm. It's okay to drift. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The same air that once moved through forests, through deserts, through lungs of others, moves now through you. You are not separate from history. You are its breath, made visible. You can rest now. The quiet between heartbeats is larger than thought. In that gap, neurons wait. The brain listens to itself, and the self becomes spacious. This is consciousness at rest, a living silence. It's okay to drift. When you close your eyes again, nothing disappears. Light continues behind the lids, tiny phosphorescent clouds made by the retina's last sparks. Even darkness glows if you stay long enough. You can rest now. Every sound fades outward, footsteps, wind, heartbeat, until all becomes one long tone. Physicists might call it background noise. You feel it as belonging. It's okay to drift. Somewhere in that hum, atoms still vibrate, planets still turn. But for this breath, the cosmos pauses with you. You can rest now. The science of stillness ends where language fails. Numbers dissolve. Formulas fall silent. Only experience remains, the symmetry between your pulse and the rhythm of everything. It's okay to drift. If you are still awake, let these final words fade into distance. No need to hold them. They will stay quietly somewhere in memory, like stars behind daylight. You can rest now. Light still travels. The universe breathes through you. You are home. You can rest now.